ball. Boy, don't even try to touch this. Boy, this beat is crazy. This is how they made me. Houston, Texas, baby. This goes out to all my...
Who Runs the World is back. Thanks so much for coming back and listening with us. It is a beautiful Thursday morning. I'm Allie Pruitt here with Megan Waldron on Who Runs the World at Radio DePaul Sports, the student voice of your DePaul Blue Demons in our beautiful downtown Loop studio. We're so excited to be here. So excited to hear y'all listening to us once again after the break. Before we were mentioning, we talked a little bit about baseball. If you're watching on Instagram Live here, you know I got my Cubs shirt on. So we were talking all about the Cubs and the Sox, excited to see what they do this season. But now, because it is officially NBA playoff season. Welcome to the NBA playoffs. Megan, are you pumped?
Yes, no, I'm super excited. I actually, on Sports Flash yesterday, we were kind of saying, like, it's a good year because you don't know what's going to happen. You know, and you got those kind of surprise teams, you know, that you just don't know.
Who's your surpriser?
I think the Timberwolves. And I know that they're number 8. They barely made it, but there's something about them that I really like. And I don't know if they'll make it all the way, but here's the thing, they got Houston. So I don't know. What do you think in that?
I think Houston's your NBA champions this year. I really do. Holy cow. They are an unstoppable team. The one thing I do like about the Timberwolves, though, after watching their game against the Nuggets last night, I mean, it was one of those games that you just love to watch, right? Because it was like both sides, like both teams were playing for all or nothing, you know? So the Nuggets, you make it, you're in.
Right.
Wolves, you make it, you're in. So it was such a fun one to watch. I was working over at NBC Sports, and it was... oh, my God. We were, like, on the edge of our seats, like, oh, you know what I mean? It was so much fun. And I loved the hustle.
Yeah.
I really loved the hustle. What I didn't like is in that last minute of regulation, nobody scored the basketball. It was like, missed shot, turnover, missed shot. I'm like, what the heck? It was 101 to 101 for a solid 40 seconds. Yeah. I mean, it was just... but you could tell the defense. I mean, Taj Gibson, for Christ's sakes, for the Timberwolves, he was playing some hardcore defense.
Yes.
I mean, it was a blast to watch that. He got a steal with, 2-3 seconds left? I mean, when do you ever see that happen? So I really liked that hustle basketball. I think it'll get him past that first round for sure.
And Jimmy Butler had 29 points, and that's only his third game back since his injury, as well as the Timberwolves. That ended a 14-year playoff drought.
I know.
So a lot was on the line.
Did you think it would have been the end for Thibodeau if he would have lost that and not gotten that team to the playoffs?
I think it would have been a bad time. I read an article where they're like, Jimmy Butler coming to this team was what Thibodeau needed, you know?
Yeah.
And it showed 29 points.
And I think it was interesting, too, how, you know, Derrick Rose kind of followed and... oh, Derrick Rose.
I know, you said you get nervous watching him.
Do you ever have, flashbacks of good Derrick Rose?
Oh, 100%.
I'm always... one doesn't even look the same.
No, yeah.
2 does not play the same. I mean, there was a play last night in the last, 5 minutes of regulation where it was a wide open dunk.
Yeah.
Old Derrick Rose would have slammed that.
Right.
New Derrick Rose does this, funky layup. I'm like, what the heck was
it?
that? Yeah, but it was like fading away from the basket. It was just... it's not the same Derrick Rose. And I've said that since day one is because Derrick Rose got injured. He suffered many injuries since then. It sucks. It's horrible. You know, it's not something that you want ever to happen to any player you're a fan of. But the thing that's so interesting about it is, you know, he was never really this phenomenal shooter.
Yeah, no.
You know,
never.
so his game, and what I loved so much about Derrick Rose's game is if he had that ball inside the three-point line, you better watch out.
Explosive.
Because he was explosive, exactly. He was driving to the lane. He was doing Euro steps and just... he was a phenomenal player in the lane. He had crazy handles. He could jump out of this world. He's crafty.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts on Derrick Rose, old Derrick Rose?
I love Derrick Rose. I actually kind of have a soft spot for him even now just because I feel like dealing with injuries is never easy. And, he seems pretty, I don't know. To me, he seems mentally strong in a way. I'm sure he knows he's nowhere near to his MVP level. And that's got to be hard to have that downfall and, he worked his whole life to get here. And I heard he was like a tough high school kid. Like he played with a broken hand one game. You know, so he's a tough guy. And it's just crazy. Like, all these injuries, like, he seems so athletic to me. And then also he's getting the best training, you know, sessions in the world. Like, he's having the best top-notch medical assistants helping him. So it's shocking to see how many injuries he's had. And I hope he just remains healthy. That's all I can hope for with him. I get nervous watching him too. But like the layup thing, like that does not surprise me.
Right. You know? I mean, and I said it from the beginning. It's a mental thing on top of a physical thing when you come back from injuries like that. And I think for Derrick Rose, you know, he came back from the ACL tear, but then he had another ACL tear, and he's had all these injuries since, and it's just at this point, I think he's mentally down on himself because physically he knows he will never be the same. He's not old, he's not run down, he just physically cannot play the way he used to play. And like I said, that was the aspect of his game that made him stand out. That was the aspect of his game that made him a phenomenal player. And so looking at it now, it's like you really don't have anything else in your back pocket that makes you stand out. And so he's, you know, kind of like this 6th, 7th man on the Timberwolves right now. He's not the star. He's not the MVP. I mean, he scored. That's good. But that doesn't always happen. You know what I mean? So it's just like he really isn't who he was.
No.
But I am excited about the Timberwolves overall. I'm also excited about the Toronto Raptors.
Are you really?
I really am. I really am excited about them. I think they're a phenomenal team. And I have to give a special shout out because Toronto Raptors, one of their point guards, Fred VanVleet, is from my hometown.
Oh my goodness, super cool.
His dad was my basketball coach growing up. We used to work out together all the time in the gym.
Gosh.
It is crazy to see him. I'm from Rockford, Illinois. Every day in the Rockford newspaper, oh my God, there's a story on Fred VanVleet every day.
That's awesome.
So it's really cool to see that. They're a fighting hustle hard
They're fun to watch.
program. They're fun to watch. I'm excited about that.
What about Boston and Milwaukee Bucks? Who do you have? Because no Kyrie.
I know. I have Boston, though.
Do you have Boston?
Yeah.
Can I go through these and just hear what you have to say? So, number 3, 76ers versus Miami Heat. Who you got?
76ers.
Okay, number 4, Cavaliers versus Indiana Pacers. Okay. And then you got the Rockets versus Minnesota.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got Rockets.
I have the Rockets, obviously, yes.
Golden State versus Spurs.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
This is a hard one for me because
Curry's still out.
Yeah. I mean, Golden State is just, you know, it'll be interesting to kind of see what happens there, but I got to go with the Spurs on this one.
Really? I think this is the year where the Rockets will get out of the Western Conference versus
the Rockets are going to the NBA championship. It's just happening. Okay, it's just happening.
You think the Cavs you don't think they'll give them a shot? Who do you think's coming
out? Well, the Cavs are in the Eastern Conference.
Right. But you don't think they're going to win the championship? Like,
no.
No.
And that's what it'll be, though. Cavs, Rockets, NBA championship. I'm calling it right now. If you're listening, if you're watching, Cavs, Rockets, NBA championship, Rockets.
And how many games?
6.
6?
Yes.
Okay. We're holding you to it.
Hold me to it. 6 games, Rockets, Cavs, NBA championship. Rockets going home with the win. Trailblazers, Pelicans. Who do you got, Megan?
Pelicans. What about you?
Yeah.
Anthony Davis and the unibrow, man.
He shaved the unibrow.
I heard it was an April Fool's joke.
Are you serious?
He did it on April Fool's, that video, and I heard it was a joke.
How do you do that as a joke? Oh.
I think it was like photoshopped or something.
That's really sad.
Isn't that a good joke though?
No, I really liked it without
because
it.
the whole world is like obsessed with it. About the Thunder and the Jazz. And also Russell Westbrook just did something that no one's ever done. He had back-to-back seasons with like triple doubles, I believe. Like
Russell Westbrook is a monster.
He's crazy.
He is a monster.
Where did he go to college again?
I don't know if he
did he not? Like I don't know.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
But he is a monster on both ends of the floor. I love his hustle game. I mean, he triple-double almost every game. I mean, you can't stop him, and that's what I like about him is he can rebound the basketball on both ends of the floor as well as put the ball in the hoop. You know, and I really love NBA teams who focus on that rebounding because it just makes the game that much more fun to watch.
He went to UCLA, and I like the quote that he shared, kind of going off what you were saying. He's just like, why wouldn't I try to do everything on the court that I could do? And, like, I'm surprised more players do not have that mentality. Like, some scorers, like Klay Thompson, for example, he seems perfectly fine just being a shooter. Like, go in there and get a rebound. I don't know. Like, that was always my pet peeve, even when I played. Like, don't just single yourself out to one, you know, I don't even know how to describe it, like, characteristic on the basketball court. Like, be more than that. And Russell Westbrook, I think, has done a great job.
Yeah, no, I love the way he plays. I'm going with the Thunder because of that. So I'm taking the Raptors. During the show. Come on now. Oh, what happened? Anywho, I got the Raptors, the Celtics, the 76ers, the Cavs, the Rockets, the Spurs, the Pelicans, and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay. We'll see. To be determined. I think this is a good year, though, for the NBA because I'm hoping the Cavs and Golden State want to win. I think it'll be good for the league to see, you know, a new champion and a new team to watch out for. And